From being accused of doping to criminal charges, one MLB player's legacy is shrouded in controversies and scandal, tarnishing his reputation forever. But while some say he was a brilliant athlete who lost his way, others believe he was a cunning manipulator who cheated his way to the top through the use of steroids. This is the shocking tale of the notorious Barry Bonds, a player whose name resonates dishonesty among baseball purists, earning him the title of the poster child of the baseball steroids era. So, brace yourself as we unravel the mystery surrounding the poster child of the baseball steroids era. Born in Riverside, California on July 24, 1964, Barry Bonds was practically born with a baseball bat in his hands. And with a father like Bobby Bonds, a former Major League Baseball player, it's no surprise that Barry was surrounded by the sport from an early age. But Barry was no one-trick pony. In high school, he was a triple threat, talented in baseball, basketball, and football. And get this, baseball wasn't even his first love. Can you believe it? Barry was a star wide receiver in football and even earned a scholarship to play at Arizona State University. But you know what they say, blood is thicker than water. And eventually, Barry decided to follow in his father's footsteps to pursue a career in baseball. Joining the junior varsity team, Barry started his baseball career during his freshman year. But it didn't take long before he hit homers as a key player on the varsity team for the rest of his high school career. But Barry had the kind of raw baseball talent that made even the most seasoned scouts sit up and take notice. And by his senior year, he was a true MVP. We're talking an impressive .467 batting average and being crowned as a Prep All-American. That's right, in a sea of talented players, Barry stood out as a true standout. It was no surprise that the Giants were keen to add this powerhouse player to their team. They drafted Barry in the second round of the 1982 MLB draft, straight out of high school. But when negotiating his contract, Barry wouldn't just sit back and watch his worth go undervalued. So he stepped up to the plate and made a bold move as the Giants' offer of $70,000 just wasn't cutting it for this rising star, and Barry was ready to go pro, but his minimum asking price was $75,000. In the end, the two parties couldn't come to an agreement, but did that stop Barry? No! Instead, he took his game to the college field, attending Arizona State University and joining their baseball team. And he wasted no time in showing off his skills. The guy was a natural, earning All-American honors during his junior year at Arizona State. But he didn't stop there. In 1984, he continued to showcase his skills, tearing up the college scene with a batting average of .347, 45 home runs, and 175 runs batted in. And just to make things even sweeter, he had an impressive 30 stolen bases. His skills were so exceptional that Barry even tied the NCAA record with 7 consecutive hits in the College World Series as a sophomore, earning him a spot on the all-time College World Series team in 1996. However, it wasn't all sunshine and home runs for Barry. Despite his impressive talent, he was not the most popular guy on the team. His teammates found him to be rude, inconsiderate, and self-centered. Let's just say he was not exactly the kind of player you want to grab a beer with after the game. In fact, when Barry was suspended for breaking curfew, his teammates initially voted against his return, even though he was easily the best player on the team. But Barry wasn't about to let this setback slow him down. Being a determined fighter, Barry quickly got back on track. The very next year, in 1985, he was picked up by the Pittsburgh Pirates as the 6th overall draft pick. From there, he joined the Prince William Pirates of the Carolina League and was ready to show the world what he was made of. Little did anyone know at the time that this was just the beginning of a career that would be both awe-inspiring and divisive. Taking his career to another level, Barry was named the July 1985 Player of the Month for the league. But Barry wasn't done yet. In 1986, he took the field with the Hawaii Islanders of the Pacific Coast League, hitting .311 in 44 games. That same year, he made his Major League debut on May 30th. And with the swagger of a seasoned pro, Barry burst onto the scene, leading National League rookies in many categories, including 16 home runs, 48 RBI, 36 stolen bases, and 65 walks. But despite his impressive stats, Barry finished 6th in Rookie of the Year voting. Undeterred by this result, Barry continued to shine in the outfield, displaying his versatility by switching from center field to left field with the arrival of Andy Van Slyke in 1987. But known for his powerhouse swing and ability to hit homers, steal bases, and play stellar defense, Barry quickly became a fan favorite. He earned his first MVP award in 1990 and 1992, cementing his place as one of the best players in the game. In 1993, Barry became a free agent, It made history by signing a contract worth a whopping $43.75 million with the San Francisco Giants, which was, at the time, the largest contract in baseball history. From that moment on, Barry became the talk of the town and quickly cemented himself as the face of the Giants. Barry racked up an impressive list of accomplishments during his time with the Giants. He won 5 National League MVP awards, 4 Silver Sluggers, and 2 Gold Gloves. And that's just scratching the surface. He even helped the Giants to the World Series in 2002, although they ultimately fell short against the Anaheim Angels. But that's not all. In 2001, Barry set a single-season record for home runs with a jaw-dropping 73, surpassing Mark McGwire's previous record of 70. Despite his impressive accomplishments and jaw-dropping stats, things took a turn for the dramatic in the early 2000s. Although Barry was a beast on the diamond, he was also known for stirring the pot both on and off the field. He didn't always have the smoothest relationships with the press or fans. And let's just say there were some whispers in the rumor mill about his alleged use of performance-enhancing drugs. In fact, one newspaper went so far as to award him the less than prestigious title of the most despised Pirate, even though he had won the coveted MVP award while still playing for the Pirates. But the burning question on everyone's mind was, why? You see, back in 2003, Barry found himself at the center of a storm when he was accused of using an undetectable performance-enhancing steroid. This wasn't just any old steroid. This was the stuff that could give you superhuman strength and speed, and it was causing a huge scandal in the world of baseball. Barry initially denied the allegations, but eventually came clean during a grand jury testimony saying he had unknowingly used the Cream and the Clear, 2 notorious performance-enhancing drugs developed by the infamous Balco Lab. But that wasn't the only drama for Barry that year. He also made the controversial decision to withdraw from the MLB Players Association licensing agreement, which meant that his name and likeness couldn't be used in MLBPA licensed merchandise, including baseball video games. But even with the drama going on in his life, Barry refused to let it get in the way of his game. In fact, he continued to play at an incredibly high level, smashing records left and right. In 2007, he made history by hitting an incredible 762 home runs over the course of his career. That's more than anyone had ever seen before, and it set the bar incredibly high for future players. And ending the 2007 season, he finished with stats of a .276 batting average, 28 home runs, and 66 RBIs in just 126 games and 340 at-bats, all at the impressive age of 43. But unfortunately, Barry's legacy will always be overshadowed by the PED allegations and the various books that have made serious accusations about his use of steroids and his pompous personality. Now, if you thought the PED scandal in 2003 was bad enough, just wait till you hear what happened in 2011. In 2011, Barry was found guilty of obstruction of justice for lying to a grand jury about his use of performance-enhancing drugs. Although he was later acquitted of most charges, unfortunately, the damage had already been done, causing him to retire in 2007. And if you're thinking, his numbers speak for themselves, and he shouldn't have given up, well, Barry's stats are pretty impressive, with 762 home runs, 2,935 hits, and 1,996 RBIs, and a lot of awards attached to his name. But here's the thing, even if he did use steroids, we'll never really know for sure. And at the end of the day, it's hard to ignore the cloud of controversy that will always follow him. But let's give credit where credit is due. Whether you love Barry or hate him, there's no denying that Barry Bonds was one of the greatest players of all time. He may have been a lightning rod for controversy, but there's no denying his talent and impact on baseball. And even if he will always be remembered as the poster child of baseball for his alleged use of steroids, we can't deny the excitement and drama he brought to the field. Well, that's the end of the tale of the poster child of the baseball steroid era. And until next time, don't stop swinging for the fences.